Hello and welcome back on my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name is Cece, and what we do here today is look at the books on my TBR and read just the first sentence and then predict what rating I'm going to give it just based on the first sentence. And actually this will also determine my reading order. So everything that I rate 5, I'm going to read first, and then, just if there's like a 2-star or something, that's what I'm gonna read last. I have 26 books on my TBR for June, which is way too much. I'm the type of person who always has too many books on the TBR because I don't want the TBR I don't want to run out of books that are planned and scheduled to read, because it overwhelms me if I have to choose out of all my books that are here. So this also means that this reading order also determines how likely it is that I'm going to be completing all the books that I have picked through my TBR game, which you should definitely watch because, well, guys, I'm going to tell you, these penalties are going to be fun, and I have too many books and determining the reading order is going to be key here. Okay, let's just stop babbling and get into it. Take out a pen and paper or open up the comments and follow along, and I would love to see your rating based on the first sentence. If you then want to know which book it is, look in the description box. I put down all the quotes and the name of the book in the description box. All right, let's get started. Anni struggled to kill himself. Okay, I feel like I've had that before on my TBR, and I'm liking it. Anni struggled to kill himself gives me kind of fun vibes, but also dangerous vibes, and I'm really in the mood for that type of thing. So let's give it 4. Has the time finally come for humanity to transform its behavior and raise its consciousness to a new and better level? This could be nonfiction. I have one nonfiction on my TBR, but I'm not sure. If this is not nonfiction, then I could see myself loving this. If this is nonfiction, it could go either way. But the nonfiction that I have on my TBR, I'm really excited to get to. But then also, I don't want to include my judgment of like what I'm expecting from the books on my TBR. To transform its behavior and raise its consciousness to a new and better level. This could get really spiritual and cheesy, but it could also get really good. Let's give it a 3.5 because I think that this could so go either way. I'm not sure about it. Number 3. It's been over 3 months since the attack on Annitown, and my oldest brother, Oliver, has told me to come straight home from school each day. Now, Annitown is not the word that is actually in the book. I do need to say that. My friend Anni puts these together for me, so I don't know which book we're talking about. And she replaces everything that could lead to me knowing what book it is. So the name of a main character, of a town, etc. She replaces that with her own name. So it's been over 3 months since the attack on Annitown, and my oldest brother Oliver has told me to come straight from home from school each day. This sounds very historical fiction. This sounds a little bit like wartime or dangers, like not a really good place to live, and I feel those vibes, and I'm giving it 4.5. This first sentence sounds a little bit dry, but it also tells me so much already that I feel like I will like this book if the writing style gets a little bit better. 4. The lunch hour in the coworkers cafeteria at Frankenberg's had reached its peak. This is a tiny bit boring, to be honest. This can go either way, but I do feel like this is boring. Let's give this a 2.5. This is a cautionary tale and true. I like this. I like this a lot. This is very, very promising, but it doesn't tell me anything. This makes me want to keep going because I want to know, is this going to get like insane? I don't know. Let's give this 4. In the Myriadic Year of our Lord, the 10,000th year of King Undying, the kindly price of death, Anni packed her sword, her shoes, and her dirty magazines, and she escaped. What? What did I just read? In the Myriadic Year of our Lord, the 10,000th year of King Undying, the kindly price of death. I have no idea what I just read. Anni packed her sword, her shoes, and her dirty magazines. I'm not sure about this at all. This can go either way as well. It sounds weird. It gives me vibes of different genres at the same time. And I have no idea where to place this. And this wants me, like, I now just want to turn around and be like, which could this be? This doesn't make sense. I don't know. Let's give this a 3-star. The call comes in just after 5 in the morning. The call. It's with a capital C, so this, I'm expecting historical fiction for this one. I'm expecting something where at 5 in the morning something happens and people, like, it changes people's lives. And I'm enjoying the vibes, but I need more. I don't think it's a strong first sentence, but it gives me vibes that I think that I might enjoy it. So let's give it 4 as well. The 2 well-dressed men materialized outside of a small white brick building. Ooh, like what? Like materialized, like beamed? I don't know. The 2 well-dressed men. It gives me kind of Men in Black vibes for some reason, and I don't know how I feel about it. Let's give it 3.5. I think that this is also not the strongest first sentence. It doesn't give me enough to know if I'm going to enjoy it or not. It was 1947 when Anni and I married. Boring. This is kind of boring. Let's give this 3 stars. I mean, this can get better, but these first sentences so far are quite boring. Is it just me, or are they more boring than like last month? She slowed down her steps until she came to a complete halt. I do like this one. It, again, it's not the strongest, but I feel like this book is going to be like a slow, you dive into a different world, but you slowly immerse yourself, and it's going to be not a very fast-paced, but a slow-paced, but in a good way book. It's maybe that's just because she's coming to a halt that I'm feeling slow-paced, but it gives me a vibe that I want to snuggle up on a Sunday afternoon and just sit and read it and be in this other world. So I'm giving it 4.5. I'm feeling this one for some reason. And I feel like we've had this before as well, but this month I'm really feeling it. One of the very first bullets comes in through the open window above the toilet where Anni is standing. Ooh, dangerous. Okay, I like this. I like this. This is like immediate action. This is immediately danger. This immediately tells me so much and so little. Let's give it 4 or 4.5. Let's give it 4. The sound of laughter and music were dying down, the party breaking up by bits and pieces as even the rowdiest guests finally stumbled into the elevators and down to their homes. I don't know. So we have a big party. It seems very contemporary or potentially futuristic. We have because of the elevator probably. Breaking up by bits and pieces is a weird way of writing. It's even the rowdiest guests finally stumbled. I don't know. It gives me weird vibes. Maybe this is a weird YA, or I don't know. Let's give it 3. Every inch of his shirt stuck to his skin. If I was reading smutty stuff, then I would expect a smutty book, but I'm not. And this could be because of somebody's panicking, maybe somebody's in a fight. So this could be fantasy and this person comes out of a fight. This could be a modern thriller and somebody's running away, or this could be smut in the beginning, even though I'm not reading smutty stuff. I don't know. Every inch of his skirt stuck to his skin is a writing style that is meh. That is okay, it's good, but it's not amazing. It could be very bland. Let's give it 3 stars as well. I'm so excited for all the books on my TBR, but then these ratings are not the best, I feel like. The dissolution of Anni's home is not something to be lightly undertaken. I kind of like that writing style. I'm usually not into flowery writing style, but this gives me, it gives me funny, really weirdly funny vibes. Not really funny, but I'm gonna give this a 4. This could even be a 4.5. We don't have a 5-star yet, do we? No, we don't. People think blood red, but blood don't got no color. So this, I believe, is AAVE. It feels like this is not, yeah, I do feel like people think blood red, but blood don't got no color. Yeah, so, and this could be historical fiction. I do read a lot of books that have like POC authors or focus on POC topics. On my TBR, like for the past couple of months, I usually have I'm trying to get a diverse mix of books and representation in my books. So I do think that this is going to be a 4.5. At our mother's funeral, I lost Anni. Ooh, okay. I like this. I like this. This gives me, in such a short sentence, gives me so much. These people have just lost their mother. So Anni is probably a sibling because our mother. And they lost the person. So this is such a short sentence, but this is already giving me so much and I'm liking it. But do I like it enough for a 5-star? No. Let's give it 4. I leaned against a marble pillar and cursed my mother while smiling nicely and wishing that at least one of the words leaving his mouth would make sense. So this sentence feels weirdly long. It feels a little bit too long for its own good. Cursed my mother while smiling nicely and wishing that at least one of the words leaving his mouth would make sense. It doesn't give me much, to be honest. Let's give this 3 stars. I'm not feeling this one. Am I just not in the right mood for this video because I'm not feeling most of these, or are these first sentences just a lot worse than usually? The best time to cry is at night when the lights are out and someone is being beaten up and screaming for help. Oh shit, this is a 5-star. This is a 5-star. See, it's not me, it's them. It's them, it's not me. This, oh shit, honestly. The best time to cry is at night when the lights are out and someone is being beaten up and screaming for help. This gives me everything. Oh my gosh, I got goosebumps just reading this. This is tense and this is going to destroy me and I'm here for it. This is, whoo! Okay, this is a 5-hour. Anni's wrist throbbed. Again, it feels like we're in the smutty area, but just because of the word throbbed, I feel like I don't hear the verb to throb in a non-smutty like context much. Anni's wrist throbbed. How can a wrist like, I don't know, how does that, I mean, honestly, if I would have like a lot of vampire stories on there, I could see that. I don't know. Let's give it 3.5. I'm somehow weirdly feeling this, but this could be because of my latest like Angel and Buffy rewatches and there's a few quotes about blood and I get nostalgic about like when I was in my 20s, I had this obsession with blood because through some of these sentences and some of these quotes, I came to a point where I felt like blood was a sign for life, was a sign for love, and I got this weird obsession with like blood. Not like in a gross way of like me drinking blood or something. I never, no. Even though I was into vampires, but it was like a positive, like I thought that, you know, if something bleeds, it's still alive kind of deal. So seeing a vein throbbing to me was seeing something alive. I know, I'm weird, sorry. Let's move on. In the land of Anniville, where such things as 7-league boots and cloaks of invisibility really exists, it is quite a misfortune to be born the eldest of 3. This gives me fun, like fantasy, like child fable story vibes, and I'm here for it. I I don't think that I'm going to be over the moon about it, but I think I'm going to enjoy it as much as a 4-star. My sister Kwan believes she has yin eyes. That sounds a little bit like autobiographic. It sounds a little bit memoir and a little bit dry, but also enjoyable. So let's give it 4. What does the American flag mean to you? Oh, that's an interesting start. That's an interesting start. I think that this is going to go historical fiction and something like maybe immigrants or something. This gives me vibes of social criticism and everything. So let's give this 4 stars. I think that this could be good. And the writing style seems a little bit more loose, which I like. Starting out with a question. Yeah, no, I like it. My 13th birthday conveniently fell on a Saturday, so I had my bat mitzvah the same day, May 4th. May 4th. Okay, so I don't know how to feel about it. Again, very autobiographic, very memoir. It seems a little bit dry. I don't know what's wrong with the books that I picked this month, that everything feels so dry and meh. I'm gonna give this 3 stars. I'm just not feeling it. It feels boring. I hope it's not boring. I hope these books are better than I'm expecting. Anni had no idea that the happiest moment of his life would soon be followed by the worst. Ooh! Yes. Okay, let's give this another 5. I do like this writing style of mixing and matching these moods, teasing and foreshadowing, and I like this. Okay, yeah. No, I think that's good. Depending on where I focus and how much pressure I apply to the back of my throat, I can just about blot him out. Ooh, okay. I like this as well. This gives me very weird vibes. This gives me, we're instantly in a very weird situation and I want to follow these thoughts. I want to know the next few sentences to know, like, what is this person thinking and why are they thinking about being able to blot somebody out and something. I don't know. It gives me questions and makes me want to read on. So, and if the writing style does that in the first sentence, I'm hoping that the writing style continues to do that throughout the book. Let's give this 4.5. And this is it. I feel like today we have had worse ratings than usually. I'm so excited for my TBR, and you can see the books on my TBR back behind me. I feel like that's so weird because I feel like so excited for the most things on this TBR. And how can I have these bad ratings then? Well, they're not bad, but how do I not have more 5 stars? So I hope that my reading is going to get better. I hope that my reading is going to be a lot better than what I'm predicting it to be. But yeah, I mean, at least I now have my reading order right. Also, there's one book that I might have to exchange. I am reading for the Curl Up Book Club and they haven't announced the book for June yet. But so I have put another book on the TBR that I am reading due to the Curl Up Book Club. But if the announcement comes in a couple of days, I might swap it out depending on what it is. And if I'm interested in reading the book for June together with them, and then I'm just going to use the slot that I got for the placeholder book. But let's see, maybe I'm gonna read the book that I just mentioned right now. All right, if you wanna see how these books do and how my prediction compares to my real rating, you have to go and watch my wrap-ups. And I'm going to be then reviewing the books. I'm going to be talking about the books that I read and what rating I'm actually giving and what rating I predicted. So make sure to check out my wrap-ups for that. All right, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you followed along a little. I always enjoy seeing your ratings and how they differ from mine. Let me know if there's any book that, based on this, you now definitely will not touch, or if there's a book that you have picked up just based on the first sentence. We've had that before, and successfully, but it doesn't happen a lot. But let me know if you do. So yeah, this is it for today. I hope to see you again on my channel really soon. Until then, bye! Just loving this moment. Can we stay here?